We're back at it again, and as I promised you guys, I wanted to introduce you closely to the line of reels that Ark has brought out. Now these, as I mentioned, these reels have been out for some time. I've been using the G7s for some time. I've used the G5s and the G7s for more than a year and a half. I've tested them, I've bounced them on the boat, I've put them through hell and back. I am a bit rough on my products and they've withstand the test of time. Now I don't like to give reel reviews on the day that you take them out of the box and you fish with them because they're all perfect and they haven't fallen in the dirt and your son hasn't chucked them against the wall and closed the garage door on them. I like to give my input on my understanding and my feeling of a reel once I fished with it for a long time. Okay, because I want to know what it feels like after it's been put through the walls, bashed against the wall and had a million overwinds on it. That's when I feel you can truly make a judgment on a reel. And I've done that. I've done that with the G5s. I've done that with G7s. I can tell you they are phenomenal, phenomenal reels. Just go and look on the Elite Series. Go look on MPFL. Go look on Bass Pro Tour. Go look at the guys, the caliber of anglers that are fishing with these reels now. There's even guys that are not Ark sponsored anglers fishing with these reels. They are top class. I know Louis from Ark, and I know that he will not put a product out into the market that hasn't been properly tested and quality built. Having said that, there are some reels that I have not tested, okay, and I want to introduce you to them today. So let's start in numerical order. Down here I have, and I've only just got this, it's still in the box, the G1. So this is your entry level reel. You're probably looking at around 1,500 Rand, I think, somewhere along that line. So it's a very inexpensive reel. But what I can see from this reel is got a lot of the same size components as some of the higher end reels. I haven't fished with it. I don't know the longevity of it, but the feel of it is incredibly nice. That's your entry level Ark G1 reel. Very small, very compact. Feels well built. It's got that gravity brake system, which is incredible. Something you really got to learn. That's the G1. Moving on, we go a little bit further up. We're looking at the G3. G3 is going to retail probably for about 2,500, 2,600 Rand, somewhere along there. Again, slightly different handles, a very similar shape to the G7s that I'm used to. What I really like about this reel, I really like, and I would love for them to have this on the higher end reels, but I'm sure there's a really good reason why they don't. But they got this little tab here, and what this tab does is it tells you what pound line is on here. Now I am a freak when it comes to my reels. I know exactly what line is on it and when I put that line on, so I know how old that line is. And I do that with a label machine, and I put a little label on there. So when I see something like this that allows me not to have to put a label on there, hands down, that's a great feature for me. That comes, if I'm not mistaken, on the G3 and the G5 reels. I'll have to confirm about the G5s. It could just be the G3s. Again, you got brake systems on the outside. You got an internal brake system, which is very different on the inside. I'll show you that a little bit later. But high quality reels, phenomenal, and again, great priced, incredibly well priced. So that's the G1, that's the G3. And next, something that I'm really excited about is what I'm going to be testing this weekend is the BFS. So this reel was developed for very light line. Now I'm fishing smallmouth this weekend. I always like to put my string very thin. So I'm going to test out this reel. It's got a very shallow spool for that thin line, and it allows you to cast really light baits. But the reel itself is incredibly light. I'm fishing it on an Ark Invoker series rod. It's what I call my pea shooter, so it's a very soft, supple rod. I throw a very small weightless baits on this with 6 to 8 pound line, and I've tested it out. I've made a few casts with it. Haven't caught a fish on it yet, but it casts a mile. It's beautiful, it's smooth. We'll see what happens this weekend. Hopefully we get some fish on this rod. Interestingly enough, it's also got a clicker on the drag, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that. I don't know, it's something different. So that's excuse me, G1, G3, BFS, I've got the G5s, which I'm fishing with in my rod locker, and the G7s. And the G7s will probably come in about 4,500 Rand. That's all the bait casting reels that we have on hand in South Africa at the moment. But new, brand new, is the spinning reels. Ark has moved into spinning reels. You watch all the smallmouth, the up north Elite Series, a lot of the guys fishing with these reels, testing them on 5-6 pound smallmouths. A great looking reel. I mean, smooth, small, compact. It's got a not such a deep spool, but I kind of like that because now we're using thinner braids. We don't need to spool, put a whole spool of braid on there, or put a whole lot of backing onto the reel and then the braid and then your leader line. You kind of just put a small piece of flora on there, the braid, and then your leader line. Very smooth, very nice reel. That comes in the 2,500 size reel. And then the one that I've chosen and I'm going to put through the test is the 3,000. So it's got a slightly bigger spool. You can see the difference there. Slightly bigger spool probably holds a lot more line. I just feel like that maybe that wider diameter spool will allow me to cast a bit further. I have thrown this, I'm fishing Dangan braid here, 16 pound Dangan braid. It's very thin with an 8 pound leader. It throws a country mile. As we say in South Africa, it'll throw a dog out of a bush. Okay, great reel, smooth drag. I'm hoping to get pulled all around the park tomorrow on this thing. So we'll have some on the water footage of all these reels. We'll go into a little bit more detail on all of these reels, but I want to implore you guys, I'm going to get into trouble for this. I'm going to get in trouble for this. But don't go to Outdoors 365 and buy them online. Don't do that. Go to your local tackle stores. Go to Solly's, go to Mia's, go to S-Craft store, go to whatever your closest fishing shop is. Go to those stores, go support those stores. The guys that give back to our tournaments, the guys that always supplying prizes at events, supporting the local small craft, kick boats, big boats, opens, South African prototype. Go to those stores and go and buy these reels. Go, if they don't have them, go ask about them. Tell them to get it in stock. But go to your local stores, go support your local stores, go check out the full range of Ark rods and reels, specifically reels. You'll love them. I'm exclusively using them, although I still use some Shimano's. I'm fishing with these Arks and I'm loving them.